Hello BookTube, my name is Juan. I am just one reader, Mexican psychoanalyst, certified bibliophile, bookworm, and Potter fanatic. This is my favorite video to make every single year. I am so unbelievably elated and excited to make this video. These are my top 10 books that I read in 2022. But firstly, I do have some honorable mentions, and as it turns out, they are all nonfiction gems. So these are my honorable mentions. The New Analyst's Guide to the Galaxy. If you thought psychoanalysis was dead, something to be buried, something from the past, something cold, you should read this book. It will teach you about modern, real, contemporary psychoanalysis and why it's the best thing ever. The View from the Cheap Seats by Neil Gaiman. I just love how this book talks about fiction and the importance of reading, literacy, and just books from a very early age. Instrumental, a memoir of madness, medication, and music by James Rhodes. A really heart-wrenching, honest, sincere, direct, straight to the heart memoir about a man who suffered but who made it through. And Letter from New York by Helene Hanff. Helene Hanff by now is a staple of my channel, and this year had to have some Helene Hanff in it. This book is filled with anecdotes about New York City back in the 80s, and it is just like a warm Gilmore Girls kind of hug. Now, without any further ado, these are my actual top 10 books that I read in 2022. It was a great year, and as is the case for every single year that I've been on BookTube, ranking these books is one of the hardest things ever. I just rank them based on emotionality and intensity of joy, the reading experience, more than the book itself. Coming in at number 10, The Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince by Robin Hobb, a very short but absolutely amazing novella set in the realm of the Elderlings, particularly the Six Duchies. It's a great companion piece. If you are finished with the Tonyman trilogy, I would say check this out. It shows just how great Robin Hobb is in a shorter format. It's a fairy tale, it's dark, twisty, emotional, it's great Robin Hobb. Coming in at number 9, Carry On Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. Carry On Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse. This book is just wonderful. It's a wee bit of a log, isn't it? It's just absolutely hysterical. You know, the stories of Bertie Wooster and Jeeves, one of the absolute top characters that I've ever read in my life, are just like another warm hug. They are hilarious. I adore P.G. Wodehouse's writing style. It feels like butterscotch candy from the Scottish Highlands. It's elegant, sophisticated, and completely ridiculous. If you haven't read anything by P.G. Wodehouse, consider trying out the Bertie, Wooster, and Jeeves stories. Coming in at number 8, The Days of Abandonment by Elena Ferrante. I think this would be a great place to start with Elena Ferrante instead of the Neapolitan Quartet, which is where most people tend to start and where I started. This novel is a standalone, it is short, and it has all of the ingredients of good old Elena Ferrante. It's the story of a woman who is left by her husband, and what I just remember so vividly about this reading experience was the feeling of atmosphere, the feeling of dread and absolute anxiety that this book evoked in me. It was such an enthralling and emotional read. At number 7, The Inheritance by Robin Hobb and Megan Lindholm. These are the same author, just different names, because the stories, this is a collection of short stories, by the way, and the stories that are written under the name of Robin Hobb are more fantastical, and Megan Lindholm is the name that she uses more for science fiction-y kind of tales. This is an amazing collection of stories. I don't understand why this collection is not more widely loved on BookTube. People love Robin Hobb and they haven't all read The Inheritance and they are missing out. This is an amazing collection. Coming in at number 6 is The First Law Trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. What a great discovery Joe Abercrombie has been this year. So The First Law Trilogy is made up of The Blade Itself, Before They Are Hanged, and The Last The Last Argument of Kings. And what I loved the most about the experience that was reading these books was, first of all, I was really proved wrong, because I had tried reading the first book last year and I didn't really click with it, but now I absolutely adored it. So that really goes to show you how wrong we can be, and then how a book can redeem itself. And what I loved the most about this experience now, reading these books, was how different it felt. It felt unique, it felt original. I really loved the characters, most of them. I loved how upbeat the story was. It was very funny, it was adventures. I loved the magical lore. I loved the mystery and the sense of wonder that it evoked in me. And more than anything else, I loved Joe Abercrombie himself as a voice, as a stylist. Great discovery. Coming in at number 5 is The Rain Wild Chronicles by Robin Hobb, which is kind of Robin Hobb's bastard literary child. It's a book series that no one really loves. It's a book series that most people just read because they have to in order to continue with The Realm of the Elderlings, but I actually really enjoyed it. Yes, the first book, Dragon Keeper, was just introduction. The second book, Dragonhaven, is objectively not a good book, but you know, at least it has some interesting characters and things that will play out later that are important. Book 3, City of Dragons, was beautiful, and Book 4, Blood of Dragons, was wonderful, and it's just a great series. I really think it's a great series. Of course, if you compare it to the rest of the Realm of the Elderlings, it will suffer from that comparison, but give these books a go. And if you want to read the next trilogy in the series, you just have to. Coming in at number 4, Black Swan Green by David Mitchell. This is probably the most surprising book that I read in 2022. I never expected this book to be so entrancing, so beautiful, so poignant, and it's one of those books that I think very often about. I'm constantly coming back to certain chapters and passages that I read in this book, which is a coming-of-age story. We follow this boy, and it's just one of those great portrayals of an individual's psyche and what he goes through. You have to read this book. Coming in at number 3 is Bookworm, a memoir of childhood reading by Lucy Mangan. This is my favorite nonfiction book of the year. It is absolutely hilarious. Lucy Mangan is now one of my favorite people. I'm pretty sure we are soulmates, best friends, without having met one another. Lucy Mangan, please, I need you in my life. She is like my soulmate, like my soul animal. Like, she is so great. Her writing style is so acidic and cozy and warm and just funny, just really funny. And of course, she talks about the books that she read and loved when she discovered herself to be a bookworm when she was growing up. And it's just delightful. It's a book about books, about reading, about falling in love with being a reader and a bookworm. I just adored this book. Coming in at number 2, I have the first 2 installments in the Soldier Son trilogy by Robin Hobb, which are Shaman's Crossing and Forest Mage. Now, this trilogy I haven't completed yet. Right now I am reading book 3, so I couldn't include the entire trilogy here, but there's no way these books were not making it into my top 10, and they're actually at number 2. So that just goes to tell you how great these books are. And it really pains me, it physically hurts me that people don't love, adore, worship, revere these books as much as they should. People who don't like these books are idiots. I'm actually saying that phrase. People who don't appreciate these books for what they are idiotic readers. How can you not love these books? They are completely separate to the rest of the Robin Hobb books in the Realm of the Elderlings. This is a completely different kind of universe with different characters, completely individual trilogy. These books are everything that I love about Robin Hobb's writing. All of those wonderful ingredients are here. I'm not going to say any more right now because I haven't finished the 3rd book, but I will probably be talking a lot about that book and the finished trilogy next year. And finally, coming in at number 1, my favorite reading experience of 2022 and of recent years, you guessed it, The Fitz and the Fool trilogy by Robin Hobb. There's a lot of Robin Hobb in this top 10. I know, I read 21 books by Robin Hobb in the last 2.5 years. It just happens. Sometimes it just happens in life. Anyway, The Fitz and the Fool trilogy is everything that I wanted and more. This is the finale to the Realm of the Elderlings, a 16 or 17 book long series, and it just wrapped everything up in the perfect way, which is not the happy way, but it's the right way. It was very hard reading the finale, the denouement of this story, but I'm just completely happy and content and really satisfied with Robin Hobb's courage writing the ending to this series. Book 1, Fool's Assassin, is one of the best books that I've ever read in my life. It is perfect, 5 stars. The second book, however, Fool's Quest, I didn't really like. I gave this 3 stars. It's one of my least favorite books in the entire Realm of the Elderlings. But still, there are some really important moments in here. And then book 3, Assassin's Fate. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna even go into further detail about this book. You just have to read the Fitz and the Fool trilogy. I am a better reader. I am a better person, a better psychoanalyst, a better entity because of these books. So there you go. Those are my top 10 books that I read in 2022. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what were some of your favorite books of the year, and I will see you in the next video. Happy New Year!